Today, I'm gonna be redesigning my friend's small apartment, and the final result came out awesome. Now, before we get started, let's talk about the current state of his apartment. This is how it looks. Besides the overall design, it has some things that really bother me. Non-matching styles between rooms, and the outdated way of designing. We need to refresh it. For example, the oven that's on the countertop. Pretty annoying. The second thing is that there is no real place to sit. There is this seat in front of the computer and these stools in the kitchen, but there is no real place to just relax and have a drink. He has a foldable couch that is his main bed, and every time I bring up this problem to him, he tells me, I can always just fold the couch. But guess what? He never folds it, and we always just sit on his bed. For me, that's a problem. Not having a guest corner or a proper place to sit is always a negative for me. So we're gonna have to separate the sofa and the bed and try to make two separate spaces. The third thing is the amount of unused space. We're in this small apartment, space is worth everything. This apartment is 27 square meters. If you have a large house or apartment, leaving some space is helpful, like here. Less is more, but not in this apartment. We have to use everything we can. And the last thing, the moment you enter the apartment, you are already in the living space. You may think, duh, but what I mean is that there is no entry space, no rug, no visual separation from the rest of the flat. So, today's goals are these things. Make the kitchen more practical, make the entry more separated from the rest, separate the sleeping space from the space for guests and the couch, use more space. I asked him what styles he likes and what colors. He said he doesn't like a lot of colors and prefers modern, minimalist design. So, I decided to try Japandi for this one. It's very trendy right now, and I think it fits his description pretty well. Really toned down colors and a very modern minimalist feel. Let's begin with the layout design. The bathroom will stay the same because we can't move the toilet anywhere else. If I put the toilet to the left, entering the bathroom would create an awkward view. You don't want to see a person minding their business as the first thing. And if we move the shower cabin to the right, there wouldn't be enough space to sit comfortably on the toilet, so the bathroom stays the same. First thing in the kitchen, we're going to pull the cabinets all the way up to the ceiling. The space above the cabinets is just ugly and not practical. Let's also raise the arches in the walkway. We need to make changes to the countertop. No oven on the top. We're going to move the sink to the right and also move the electric stove toward the edge. With these small changes, the space feels less cramped and leaves us with a lot of practical space on the countertop for everything you do in the kitchen. With the kitchen layout done, let's move to the entry hall. We need to separate the entry from the rest of the apartment. The best way to do it here is with a rug and a small separator. For example, a piece of glass. It will make the entry feel like a small room before you enter the place. That leaves us with the main changes we have to make: the living room and the bedroom. We need to fit a lot of things into this room because it's our only main room. We need a bed, a sofa, a TV, lots of storage, and a desk for work. For storage, let's create a wall unit that runs from the bathroom to the end of the room. Let's carve out part of the wall unit for the TV and the desk. This will make use of the space above the furniture that wasn't used before and allows us to get rid of the wardrobe on the other side of the room. With this space freed up, we can place the bed here and leave the sofa where it was. But we need to separate them so it won't feel like one big room. So we add a separator right between them. Let's add more storage above the bed for bed sheets or anything else. With this new layout, we have everything included that we need. We made the kitchen more practical, created a separate entry space, separated the sleeping and sitting area, and used more space for storage without interfering with the living area. Now, it's time for the Japandi style. Let's start with the basics. We need a color palette and a material palette. Based on our inspirations, I'm going with a beige-brown palette with a hint of green. The materials are pretty simple: wood, stone, and concrete. For this apartment, light colors are the best idea because dark colors would visually shrink the space. So light it is. Now, the moment we've been waiting for. The redesign. Let's look at the design. I'm gonna start with the kitchen. I made the cabinets cream and wood with a marble countertop and added a glass cabinet with LEDs to light up that corner of the kitchen. Placed the oven where it should be, and of course, LED lighting under the cabinets. The entry hall. I made the separator from the same glass used in the kitchen to keep cohesion throughout the apartment. I added a dark wood element with cabinets at the bottom and top for storage, and a shelf for whatever you need, plus cushioning for sitting. The seating space maybe isn't large, but I think it's enough. I changed the table to match the kitchen countertop material and rounded the edges. We need to remember that when we have a lot of straight edges, square shapes, and sharp elements, we should compensate with some round shapes, just like contrast in colors. That being said, let's move to the next room. The bathroom. This is the boldest space when it comes to color. I went with a full green bottom half and a travertine top half, just to make it more interesting, and because I found this inspiration and wanted to try something similar. I replaced the built-in shower cabin with a regular one, added a bathroom countertop instead of a sink cabinet, changed the mirror to a round one for contrast, and added a fancy ceiling light to create some mood. I curved the wall edges to make the space feel softer, and turned one corner into a shampoo shelf. The hallway. I pulled up those arches and it made a nice difference. It feels more open, and the wall unit, I made it a cream color because if it was dark, it would make the hallway visually look smaller. And if you're asking about the fridge and the washing machine, I checked, they will fit in here. Now, the main room, the biggest overhaul in the design. Here we have it. Let's talk it through because there's a lot to cover. First of all, let me explain the basics. I chose an off-white plaster wall texture and a polished concrete floor. The concrete floor allows me to get rid of the heater and install heated floors. With that covered, let's talk about the main piece of this room, the wall shelf. With the design inspired by these pictures and the added lighting, it completely changes the feeling of the space. The sofa becomes the perfect corner to sit with a friend and talk for hours, and the view of the bed is blocked by the shelf. The second big element is the wall unit. I know what I said about the dark colors, but I think it works well here and adds contrast. It's practical and looks attractive in the Japanese style, inspired by this reference. I used LED strips above the TV and desk to improve lighting. I changed the storage above the bed and added a shelf with LEDs and a bedside lamp. To balance the amount of straight edges and square shapes, I added a round sofa, a huge beige round carpet, and a round table with a green accent. Some people like to add plants to soften the look of a space, but not here, and I'll tell you why. Because he won't take care of them. One time, he bought a pineapple because he wanted to eat it. But when he placed it in the kitchen, he looked at it and thought, that looks pretty. It stood there for so long that it changed its color to red. So, no living plants in this apartment. And here we are, the before and after of the design. I'm a huge fan of it and would love to make this idea a reality. Every time I come to his place, I imagine what it could be like. It's like a weird tic I have when I see an apartment. My mind automatically thinks about the design and arrangement. It's probably something that everyone has. It's like a curse. If you like something and you're good at it, you notice the flaws and the imperfections. And for me, it's when I see an apartment, I imagine what it could be. Well, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.